In terms of the channels or platforms you should be on, the simple answer here is the channels where your customer is. So if you are targeting elderly people to sell products for independent living, you probably don't need to be on Snapchat, but you still need to future-proof your business. So when I say future-proof, I mean get the handle. So for example, social media works in handles. So you have like an at. So for example, I'm called at Caslalgy, and I've picked a number of platforms that I'm on, but it doesn't necessarily mean that when I say at Caslalgy, I'm going to be posting on every platform. No, I'm not posting on all of them. I'm posting on the ones that where my audience are going to be, or ones I have the resources to do. I mean, we looked at the social media platforms as I showed you earlier on, but in actual fact, there's probably 30 main platforms, but we just don't know them all. We can't afford to be on all 30. TikTok brought one out called Lemon 8. Do I think it's going to be very popular? No. But have I taken the name at Caslalgy on there? Absolutely. Because if it does get busy, it does get popular, at least I've future-proofed myself. So in the future, I'm not having to make up different numbers like Caslalgy 3.65 or whatever it might be. It's just at Caslalgy everywhere. So in terms of the social media platforms, what do you need to do? So as I've just mentioned, secure your name and handle. Everything on social media is done with an at handle. So basically, you know the at sign, you have that, and that's your handle. Find out where your customer is. Do the research that we've talked about. Once you've done the research, when you know where your customer is, get on them platforms and use them. Okay. Your industry, think about your industry. Is there anything specific to your industry where you need to be, or things that are happening in your industry? So there'll be certain industries where the conversation happens on maybe on a platform that people don't know that well, or maybe on a platform that isn't so popular, but it's where your customers are. The types of creatives you can use. What types of creatives? You can use images, you can just use text, you can use video. What will you be using? And as I've mentioned at the top, I mean, previously, be active or signpost. So if the social media platforms that I don't use that often, I'm not just going to leave them blank. I'm going to say, for more details, message me on Instagram, or for more details, connect with me on LinkedIn, or for more details, contact us through Facebook. So that's what we mean by signposting. Tell people what to do next. So even if you're not on there, that's not a problem. But maybe have a post pinned or something that says, if you want more details, contact us. So it just shows that you've got professionalism. So even if you're not actively involved, they'll think, oh, right, okay, they don't use this that often. They're asking me to go elsewhere or go to my website or whatever it might be. Just like your website, social media is a bit like a window into your business. So if the main website is like a shop front, social media are windows within your business, and you want to make sure they're clean and kept up to date. It tells the audience a lot about your business, so make sure it represents your business in a positive way. Think about the channels and the brand. Are you active? Is the information current or up to date? So if you've changed your website or something, have you changed that everywhere else? If you've changed the logo, have you updated the logo where it needs to be updated? And do you stand out? Does it make you think, oh wow, well, who's this company? And do you have social proof? Social proof, what we mean by social proof is basically other people vouching for you. So if I say to you, go to my LinkedIn and look at my recommendations, and I've got one or two recommendations, you're going to be like, that's not much social proof. But if I've got 60, 70 recommendations, you're going to be like, okay, that's social proof. If you go to my Facebook page and I've only got 25 followers, that's going to look odd. But when you go to my Facebook page and you see I've got 10, 12,000 followers, you're going to be like, oh, right, okay, that makes sense. And he does this work. There's a certain amount of people. So you always need to have that social proof.